Day 7 of reading through the scriptures. Genesis chapter 7. And Yahweh said to Noah, Come into the ark, you and all your household, because I have seen that you are righteous before me in this generation. Of all the clean beasts, take with you 7 pairs, a male and his female, and of the beasts that are unclean 2, a male and his female. And of the birds of the heavens 7 pairs, male and female, to keep offspring alive on the face of all the earth. For after 7 more days I am sending rain on the earth, 40 days and 40 nights, and shall wipe from the face of the earth all that I created. And Noah did according to all that Yahweh had commanded him. Now Noah was 600 years old when the floodwaters were on the earth. And Noah and his sons and his wife and his sons' wives went into the ark because of the waters of the flood. Of the clean beasts and of the beasts that are unclean, and of birds and of all that creep on the earth, 2 by 2 they went into the ark to Noah, male and female, as Elohim had commanded Noah. And it came to be after 7 days that the waters of the flood were on the earth, in the 600th year of Noah's life, in the 2nd new moon, on the 17th day of the new moon. On that day all the fountains of the great deep were broken up, and the windows of the heavens were opened. And the rain was on the earth 40 days and 40 nights. On that same day Noah and Shem and Ham and Japheth, the sons of Noah, and Noah's wife and the 3 wives of his sons with them, went into the ark, they and every life form after its kind, and every beast after its kind, and every creeping creature that creeps on the earth after its kind, and every bird that after its kind, every bird of every sort. They went into the ark to Noah, 2 by 2, of all flesh, in which is the breath of life. And those going in, male and female of all flesh, went in as Elohim had commanded him, and Yahweh shut him in. The flood was on the earth 40 days. The waters increased and lifted up the ark, and it rose high above the earth. And the waters were mighty and greatly increased on the earth, and the ark moved about on the surface of the waters. And the waters were exceedingly mighty on the earth, and all the high mountains under all the heavens were covered. The waters became mighty, 15 cubits upward, and the mountains were covered. And all flesh died, the creeping creatures of the earth, birds and cattle and beasts and every swarming creature that swarms on the earth, and all mankind, all in whose nostrils was the breath of the spirit of life, all that was on the dry land died. So he wiped off all that stand which were on the face of the ground, both man and beast, creeping creature and bird of the heavens, and they were wiped off from the earth. Only Noah was left, and those with him in the ark. And the waters are mighty on the earth 150 days. Isaiah chapter 7. And it came to be in the days of Ahaz, son of Jotham, son of Uzziah, sovereign of Yehudah, that Retzin, sovereign of Aram, and Pekach, son of Remaliah, sovereign of Israel, went up to Jerusalem to fight against it, but could not prevail against it. And it was reported to the house of David, saying, Aram has set up camp in Ephraim, and his heart and the heart of his people were moved as the trees of the forest are moved with the wind. And Yahweh said to Yeshayahu, Go out now to meet Ahaz, you and Shear Yashub your son, at the end of the channel of the upper pool on the highway of the launderer's field. And say to him, Take heed and be calm, do not fear or be faint-hearted, for these 2 stubs of smoking firebrands, for the fierce displeasure of Retzin and Aram, and the son of Remaliahu. Because Aram, Ephraim, and the son of Remaliahu have plotted evil against you, saying, Let us go up against Yehudah and tear it apart and break it open for ourselves, and set a sovereign over them, the son of Tebiel. Thus said the Master Yahweh, It is not going to stand, nor shall it take place. For the head of Aram is Damascus, and the head of Damascus is Retzin. And within 65 years Ephraim is to be broken as a people. And the head of Ephraim is Shemron, and the head of Shemron is the son of Remaliahu. If you do not believe, you are not steadfast. And Yahweh spoke again to Ahaz, saying, Ask a sign for yourself from Yahweh, your Elohim. Make it deep the request, or make it high. But Ahaz said, I do not ask nor try Yahweh. And he said, Hear now, O house of David, is it not enough that you weary men, that you weary my Elohim also? Therefore Yahweh himself gives you a sign. Look, the Alma conceives and gives birth to a son, and shall call his name Emmanuel. He eats curds and honey when he knows to refuse evil and choose the good. For before the child knows to refuse evil and choose the good, the land that you dread is to be forsaken by both her sovereigns. Yahweh brings on you and your people and your father's house days that have not come since the day that Ephraim turned away from Yehudah, the sovereign of Ashur. And it shall be in that day that Yahweh whistles for the fly that is in the farthest parts of the rivers of Mitzrayim, and for the bee that is in the land of Ashur. And they shall come, and all of them shall rest in the steep ravines and in the clefts of the rock, and on all weeds and in all pastures. In that day Yahweh shall shave with a razor hired beyond the river, with the sovereign of Ashur, the head and the hair of the legs, and also remove the beard. And it shall be in that day that a man keeps alive a young cow and 2 sheep. And it shall be that he shall eat curds because of the plenty of milk he gets. For everyone left in the land shall eat curds. And it shall be in that day, every place where there were 1,000 vines worth 1,000 shekels of silver, let it be for thorn bushes and weeds. With arrows and bows one shall go there, because all the land shall be thorn bushes and weeds. And to all the hills which were tilled with the hoe, you do not go for fear of thorn bushes and weeds, but it shall be for sending oxen to, and a place for sheep to roam. Okay, that's the end of chapter 7. Okay, Psalm 7.
O Yahweh my Elohim, in you I have taken refuge. Save me from all my
pursuers,
and deliver me, lest they tear me at my throat like a lion, rending in pieces, with no one to deliver. O Yahweh my Elohim, if I have done this, if there is an unrighteousness in my hands, if I have done evil to him who was at peace with me, or have
plundered
my enemies without cause, let the enemies pursue me and overtake my being, and trample me, my life to the ground, and lay my esteem in the dust.
Selah. Stop and think about it. Arise, O Yahweh, in your discipline, or in your displeasure. Lift yourself up against the rage of my adversaries. Awake for me. You shall command judgment. And let the congregation of the peoples gather about you, and over them return on high. Yahweh judges the people. Judge me, O Yahweh, according to my righteousness, and according to my integrity within me. Please let the evil of the wrong be ended, and establish the righteous. For the righteous Elohim is a trier of the hearts and kidneys. My shield is upon Elohim, who saves the upright in heart. Elohim is a righteous judge, and El is enraged every day. If one does not repent, he sharpens the sword, he bends his bow and makes it ready. He has prepared for himself instruments of death. He makes his arrows hot for pursuers. See, he who is bound with wickedness, and has conceived trouble and brought forth falsehood, he has made a pit and dug it out, and falls into the ditch he made. His trouble turns back upon his own head, and his wrongdoing comes down on the top of his head. I give thanks to Yahweh according to his righteousness, and praise the name of Yahweh Most High. Do not judge, lest you be judged. For with what judgment you judge, you shall be judged. And with the same measure you use, it shall be measured to you. And why do you look at the splinter in your brother's eye, but do not notice the plank in your own eye? Or how is it that you say to your brother, let me remove the splinter out of your eye, and see, a plank is in your own eye? Hypocrite, first remove the plank from your own eye, and then you shall see clearly to remove the splinter out of your brother's eye. Do not give what is set apart to the dogs, nor throw your pearls before the pigs, lest they trample them under their feet and tear you in pieces. Ask, and it shall be given to you. Seek, and you shall find. Knock, and it shall be opened to you. For everyone who asks receives, and he who seeks finds, and to him who knocks it shall be opened. Or is there a man among you who, if his son asks for bread, shall give him a stone? Or if he asks for a fish, shall he give him a snake? If you then, being wicked, know how much to give good gifts to your children, how much more shall your Father who is in the heavens give what is good to those who ask him? Therefore, whatever you wish men to do to you, do also to them, for this is the Torah and the prophets. Enter in through the narrow gate, because the gate is wide and the way is broad that leads to destruction, and there are many who enter in through it. Because the gate is narrow and the way is hard-pressed which leads to life, and there are few who find it. But beware of the false prophets who come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are savage wolves. By their fruits you shall know them. Are grapes gathered from thorn bushes, or figs from thistles? So every good tree yields good fruit, but a rotten tree yields wicked fruit. A good tree is unable to yield wicked fruit, and a rotten tree to yield good fruit. Every tree that does not bear good fruit is cut down and thrown into the fire. So then, by their fruits you shall know them. Not everyone who says to me, Master, Master, shall enter into the reign of the heavens, but he who is doing the desire of my Father in the heavens. Many shall say to me in that day, Master, Master, have we not prophesied in your name, and cast out demons in your name, and done many mighty works in your name? And then I shall declare to them, I never knew you. Depart from me, you who work lawlessness. Therefore everyone who hears these words of mine and does them shall be like a wise man who built his house on the rock. And the rain came down, and the floods came, and the winds blew and beat on that house, and it did not fall, for it was founded on the rock. And everyone who hears these words of mine and does not do them shall be like a foolish man who built his house on the sand. And the rain came down, and the floods came, and the winds blew, and they beat on that house, and it fell, and great was its fall. And it came to be, when Yeshua had ended these words, that the people were astonished at his teaching, for he was teaching them as one possessing authority, and not as the scribes.